What's up, YouTube? Today we have a guest on the channel. It is not an Evo, a GSR by any means, but that doesn't mean it's not great. This is a 2018 Camaro with the RS package. It is the V6. And I just want to do a quick walk around, a quick review. I won't get into all the technical stuff because other people already have done that. I'm just trying to show you a quick walk around. Look at how beautiful this car looks. Just the body lines on this car. This car just all around is a beauty. Now for this body, this year, I want to say that this is the first year that Camaros actually got on the radar. The whole chassis is called the Alpha chassis. It's the Alpha platform. It shares a lot of characteristics with the Corvette. This car handles extremely well. This car is actually pretty quick. It has 335 horsepower with, I believe, 280-ish of torque, somewhere along those lines. And I must say, for a V6, that is fast. I like how its whole posture, the way it sits, how it's big, but then it's small from on top. It's like a Corvette. I call it the baby Corvette. I even like the little shark fin antenna that it has on top. I think that looks dope. This one has a sunroof. How you see it is how it comes from the dealer. It's the RS package. Once again, it comes with these wheels. These wheels are fucking awesome. I really like these wheels. It comes with some Goodyear Eagle tires all around. This car was bought brand new, and it's the 1LT package, which has the leather interior, I actually like how the steering wheel is. It's small. It's actually good quality leather. The flat bottom. The only complaint I have about this steering wheel is just plastic piece, which is not a big deal. It just looks kind of like, okay, you just put a cap on there. Where I've actually seen some that have an actual little badge in there, which looks fucking awesome. I must say, for Chevy, the quality of the interior is fucking awesome. And I hate to say that again, but I mean, I have no other words for it. That leather that they use, it's quality. All this stuff is quality. And if you see the new Stingray that just came out, the 2020, looks like it was built with the same materials as this car. From the steering wheel to the center console, the seats, the way the door panels are. I like that it's black above. It's blacked out. When you jump in this car, you're not expecting this from a Chevy. I kept the glasses in there so you can see the space of the storage. It's got 2 cup holders. They're a bit dirty. I mean, I just did the video like in the spring of the moment. Wasn't trying to detail it fully and then come do a fucking video. I just have time with the car right now, so I'm doing a quick review on it. So like I said, the handling on this car is fucking superb. It rides good. It's got 20 inches. It's actually decently quick, and coming from the GSR to this, I can still feel that this definitely has some pull in it. The type of numbers it's putting down, it's like a 370Z. And I've seen in some videos that this car is actually beating the 370Z in a straight line, of course. That may be a different story on the track, because I know the Nismo is pretty good. I'm just showing you all the amenities it has as best as I can with this camera, because this is not the best camera, but yeah. But I like that it's a high revving V6, and the motor on this thing sounds really good. For a stock exhaust, that thing sounds great. As you start to reach the 7 and you shift with the pedals, it actually does some crackles, it does some pops, which sound fucking amazing. Like some exotic cars would actually sound like that. The screen on this one, I actually like it. I seen the other smaller screen that it comes with, and there's too much plastic around there. It just looks hideous. It's like an economy type of deal. But this one doesn't look too bad. The plastic's not great interior around this. Well, it's not the greatest quality around, but it looks decent nonetheless. Everything else feels really good on it. Like, this is actually metal. It's leather. It's an 8-speed auto, which I don't mind because the auto is actually faster than the stick shift. This is actually leather on there. It's stitched. The sound system sounds good. You know, I will knock that. I don't know if they have enough like sound deadening or what it is, but sometimes the plastic rattles like when you're bumping it. But I don't really care too much for it. Look at that front end. I like this front end a whole lot better than the 2019s. Like, Chevy was going somewhere with this front end, and then when they did the 2019s, it was a complete fail. Some people like it. I don't at all. You try to figure this out. This ain't my car. Okay. Oh, I see. That thing's right there. You can't see for shit, but okay. So there's a lot of space in the motor if you want to do work to it. It's got electric power steering, which I think is good. More power to the wheels. It's rear-wheel drive, so I'm sure you get power loss. Like I said, this engine right here, it pulls, makes power great. It sounds really good. They tuned it, the exhaust really good. It's got supports there, just like the 2021 Supra. It has these, but more down here on this end. And the batteries in the back for weight distribution, these are just fuses. The next step for this thing is we're gonna get a colder intake, not a colder, but just like a regular Ram intake from K&N, because K&N is really good for what it is. Just bolt-on power, it's great. I'm not gonna tell you you're gonna make 500-600 out of that, but just for bolt-on without needing a tune, K&N is fantastic, and you get good gas mileage out of it afterwards. Hauls ass, saves gas, pays for itself in the long run. Why not? Next thing I would do to this car would be an exhaust, but an exhaust is really expensive for these cars. Stock one's fine for now. I've seen Borla. Borla has a really good sounding exhaust, but it's a lot of money. Borla is known to be expensive. I was being too soft with it. So like I said, my preference would be a 2016 and 2018 Camaro over the 2019, because that front end that the 2019 comes with looks like a 4-door Charger, and with this looks really aggressive. This looks really mean. I even like this front end over the SS. Not a big fan of the honeycomb grille that the SS has. I am a fan of the power it makes, you know, but yeah. Let me show you the lights. Again, like for Corvette, that shit looks, I mean, for Chevy, it's fucking amazing. Look at that. It's got the daytime running LEDs right there. The camera is flickering because they're LEDs, and it actually says Camaro right there. Some quick little Easter egg right there. On both sides it says Camaro. This is one of the best Camaros up to date, except for the 19s, of course. And I hate to sound like I'm like knocking the 19s bad. I was just kind of disappointed. Like, I still like these long lights over the single lights that they have, the single 4 lights on the other ones. I'm not digging that plastic piece underneath there too much, but you know, it's nothing that'll bother you. It's nothing to worry about. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like, you know, like some cheap plastic, but you put some silicone on that, F21, what have you not, and it looks good. I also like this little spoiler that it comes with. I think this is an RS, part of the RS package. I think that's enough for this car. Just that little spoiler right there makes a big difference. I don't like the SS tail. Kind of doesn't suit it. The SS spoiler. I don't think it suits it too well. This thing has heated and cooled seats, which I think are fucking awesome. You press these, that one's heated and cooled, which is the shit, if you ask me. I like that a lot. That's the AC kicking on. Back seat space, I mean, minimal. Maybe a 10-year-old would fit back here, but I mean, you wouldn't buy this car as a family car. This is a weekend getaway car. Possibly get away from your family. I do wish they would have put some pedals though. The pedals are one of like a disappointment on this car. But I mean, you rarely see them anyways, so I guess some aftermarket ones would do. But again, just the quality of this car all around, brakes, suspension, how tight it feels, acceleration, it's really fucking good for a Chevy. The only thing I don't really like about this car when you're pushing it, which I'll make a video later doing a drag strip run right here down the block. The only thing I don't like about this setup, I don't know if it's the tune or what it is, not the setup, but the engine, the way it behaves, is when you're at a dead stop and you gas it, it actually takes like 1 second to 2 seconds. It's like a 1 to 2 pause, and then it just picks up and starts going. But yeah, that's probably my only complaint about this car. I don't know what that is. Like, either it's tuned that way or the tune will take it away, but it's got like a dead pedal travel, or it's like a delayed response, like 1 to 2 seconds. I don't know if it's, you know, just regulated or you know, that's part of the gas saving thing that it has. But yeah, I do like this little display here. It comes very handy. It actually turns into a 4-cylinder when you're driving it right, which is amazing. It says V4, and in green where it says V6, it turns into a V4, and it's actually turning off 2 cylinders when you don't need it, and it gets very decent gas mileage. And the greatest thing is you're pumping 87 and not 91. You can see all these sensors it has, all the info that it gives you. I actually like that a lot, because when you back it up, like sometimes the steering wheel blocks your way. It's kind of like this. It blocks your view of how fast you're going. But if you have that right there, you can, you know, you don't have to sweat it. Transmission fluid, I mean, I guess if you go to the track, you want to keep temperatures on the tranny because you can overheat that. G-force, if you want to do some hard turns, it measures. Coolant temperature is important. Battery voltage is okay. This is dope. I have yet to use that, but I'm sure you can have fun with that. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of all the features that this car comes with. And I must say, I really like this car. I'm really impressed with this car. This would actually be a car that I would purchase myself if I had the chance to. But I would have to have the Evo first, of course. But for being a Chevy, it just blew my mind when I jumped inside. When I drove it, I was like, damn, they really outdid themselves. Like, it looks like their experience with the Corvette's actually paying off. I really like this here. I don't know what generation this is. Maybe the 6th gen Camaro. I was gonna say Civic, but yeah, this is a really nice Camaro. This is a really nice car. It's a performer. It really is. I have no complaints about anything except for that dead pedal travel, which I'm sure can be fixed with a reflash. A lot of people tend to complain about the blind spot, which is this area here. Like, you turn around to see who's in your blind spot, and that's what you see. So it's like, okay, you're driving, I need to make a turn, nobody's there, and then blind spot. So it's like, fuck. But what you have to do is you have to calculate. You know, you pass a car, you know that's the last car you pass, and just make calculations, or proper calculations. So you can't even see right there neither. And it's manageable. That blind spot, like, at first, it was kind of, took me some time to get used to, but afterwards I was like, man, you can manage that like nothing. Like, I don't even sweat it. It's just the front end, it's really big, so it's like you have to, it's hard to get close to something because the front end's big. Parking it too, it's kind of like, okay, it takes some getting used to because it feels big. It has big rims, you know, but all you really need to do is put the mirror down, see where you're at, and you're good. There's ways around all the flaws that it has as far as visibility, but it's extremely manageable. And kudos to my girlfriend. This is her car. She gets props for having one of these. You know, she works hard, and so she's rewarding herself. I do like how it's borderless. That thing looks awesome. OnStar is helpful. I mean, it gives you directions. You just talk to it, you get directions, which is dope. While she had it, because she did buy it with with the vehicle. Well, it comes free it's a free trial. But yeah, other than that, this thing responds fast. You know, it's a good touch screen. Got a speaker up there. Up there. You know, for the price, this thing is completely worth it. You don't need the most expensive one that has the disco lights. Not disco lights, but changing lights that go around there. It's got a head-up display. The gauges are a little different. It's kind of too it's too much of a screen as far as for the gauges. I do like the old school style like this, and I like how it's a combination of both. You got the old analog with the head-up display here. Not a head-up, but just like a little infotainment screen right here. I think it's fucking awesome. So if you guys ever get the pleasure of driving one of these, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. And to me, for the buck, this one's it in its segment. It beats the Charger. It beats the Mustang, the EcoBoost Mustang, because the V6 is a rental car. And I've even seen videos where it's being 370Zs. So this pretty much is like a 370Z, you know, probably without the refinement of the tuning. But yeah, this thing is awesome. So I will post a video later of doing a run at the drag strip with it, just so you guys can hear the way the exhaust sounds, the way it's an SI right there, and the way it drives. If you guys have any questions, again, don't hesitate. Have a good day. Be safe out there.